I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Those people that autistic people make content about, and they call them neurotypicals, those people, those aren't neurotypicals. Those are what I would like to call villains. They're neurodivergent villains. I'm a little late uploading this because, well, actually, no, because I have a few videos that I have privated where I was talking about Kanye West and I was talking about Elon Musk. Long time ago, and I'm going to put some clips in here, I was telling you guys about a group of people called the neurodivergent villains. Remember I told you guys that? Work hard to get up to the top. Okay? And these are motherfuckers you don't fuck with. Okay? And we know how uncomfortable it is to fit into a world that's neurotypical when it just doesn't fit you. So they worked hard and they're not giving up their position once they get there. Whether it's a higher position in a company, whether it's mastering, like, just feeling good about being a asshole and, giving it to people. Like, they're not giving up that position because they're bitter and they worked hard to get there. And in the comment section, this is when I was on TikTok, everybody said, I think you're talking about narcissistic personality disorder. I think you're talking about narcissists. We know that narcissists cannot be diagnosed easily. Like, that's not an easy diagnosis to get, right? But we do know that in society today, there's a lot of people with narcissistic traits. It's unfair to say somebody is a narcissist, just like it would be unfair to say somebody's autistic just by looking at them. Now, just to add a disclaimer, you guys will see videos where I'm saying narcissists. I'm not diagnosing them. I'm saying they're behaving like narcissists. And maybe I do need to clarify. But I can't diagnose anybody and call them narcissists. And the reason I think we should stay away from saying that people are narcissists every time they do something we don't like is because looking at somebody's bad behavior and knowing that it can lie within you is a very important thing to do. Always trying to ostracize people and say, well, they're the bad guy. They're the this, they're the that. They're nothing like me. That's what keeps us looking stupid. Constantly trying to set yourself apart as if you are better than somebody else. We are all the same. I am you and you are me. That's what I mean. I've had people lash out at me, call me names. I've had people disrespect me. I've argued with people that I didn't agree with, stuff like that. And because it's personal to me, I will be like, no, that's just wrong. It's just wrong, right? And we do have a right to stand up for ourselves, right? But when somebody does something to you, we can't bash them forever, right? I'm saying knowing thyself is the key to all wisdom. As I've said in other videos, we are a canvas where you can't see our full picture. You can see only fragments. Those fragments sometimes consist of you lashing out. Sometimes they consist of you being nice. Sometimes they consist of whatever. They're not going to give the full picture of who the person is. So I'm saying that to say, even though the people lash out at us or we lash out at them, we want people, if we do it, we want people to understand that we can be decent people, right? Does that mean you have to stay in communication with them? No. I recently had somebody lash out and they're cut the Do they deserve to go to therapy and resolve those issues? Yes. Should we stone them to death and be like, we shun them for the rest of it? No. And I think that is important to kind of like understand because the world is moving into like off with his head type. I thought it was important a while ago to bring up the neurodivergent villain number one, because I think that especially in the autistic community, what I'm seeing is that a lot of people want to be so different and special after a lifetime of being treated poorly. And I can completely understand that. But I urge people to also understand that people have propensity to mask with everything in them. And yes, it causes us burnout, but people have different reasons for doing what they do. Let's talk about Kanye West. I don't know if he's autistic. I seen a little clip when the lady said he might not be bipolar. He might be autistic, allegedly. I don't know. We seen his documentary on Netflix. We was like, damn, Kanye seemed like a good person. Damn, what happened? Now, based on the documentary, we can make an assumption and say it's probably when his mother died. He lost it. That's what I see a lot of people saying. When his mother passed away, he lost it. And he became that villain. And I told you guys Kanye West was making music for the people. He had graduation. We was loving him. Something happened. This is usually what happens to people just in life for them to become narcissistic. I can't say for sure because they don't really know still, and you can't become autistic, but you can become the bad guy based on things that have happened to you. So this is why you have people like R. Kelly, and you have people say that's not a reason to justify. First of all, I don't speak in favor of R. Kelly, but everybody loves to say, well, he was once a boy who was touched. And it's true though. So what I'm saying, I'm not saying that people should not say, he needs to be locked up for the sake of humanity. It needs to be considered. Does it need to be ignored? Does the behavior that someone exudes once they turn into the villain needs to be ignored? No, it needs to be dealt with. But if we can understand that everyone is capable of becoming that villain, and everybody is capable of being on that spectrum. If they didn't know what that girls were supposed to be on the spectrum, they didn't know all this stuff, that means that you could be on that spectrum. I made another video called The Universal Truth, where I said we outnumber them, and that we're going to have to help people that don't even know that they're a part of our group, which is neurodivergence. We are more alike than we are different. And this world and America has taught us how to pick on people who look a little unorthodox, and how to, just separate ourselves. That's literally America. Separation, division, hierarchy, class, and all this other shit. That's all it is, for you to believe that you are actually so different than the person sitting next to you, and you are not. The fact that I can go in any comment section and see the opinions of people that are so harsh. We can think it. I say you were thinking it, but you said it. I think everybody should have whatever thought they want to have. But to think that you are, that you can say off with somebody's head because you only saw a fragment of them is insane to me. Or maybe you guys are just so simple-minded that you think fragments are the full picture. You guys don't know me. You're watching me here. If you think this is just me, then you're insane. I mean, truly insane. I'm talking about a different kind of insane. Not the insane they told you. Because the insane that they told you was insane. Technically, I'm that. And if I'm that, you that. So I'm not talking about that insane. You're insane. You're insane if you think that you're walking around getting people's full story. That you understand people after just a year. I said in them videos, who better than, I said my worst fear is a whole bunch of autistic people coming after me with all the special interests and intellect and researching abilities. That's my worst fear. Okay? Because I know how I am. When I'm coming for you, I'm gonna come for you. And that's the beauty of autism. That's why I told you guys, do your due diligence. When them people fucking with you on a job, they don't know you out. They don't know your superpower. They think, oh, I'm just gonna get away with this because most people care about blending in. But see, they don't know us autistic people don't give a fuck. And that if you fuck with us, we're gonna make your life a living hell. So you might as well just be fucking nice. Who better than to challenge those neurodivergent villains who are trying to fuck up the world because they have stories where something happened to them and now they're gonna wreak havoc all over the world. Who better to fight them than the superheroes? And then obviously, guys, there's something called peer review. And I don't know if you guys know this. I was peer reviewed when I was working in a school system years ago. I didn't know anything about autism. I've never worked in a school system. I started working in the school system and all the kids gravitated towards me like moth to a flame. They were holding my hand. They were being good for me as opposed to being good for other people. And I couldn't understand. And I kept saying, I found my people. I love the autistic people, not even knowing that I was autistic. And I said, wow, this is powerful. I don't know what this is. And then when the puzzle pieces started getting put together, I said, I was peer reviewed. Then I learned the word peer review. And I said, wow. And then I'd be at work and I meet people and I'd be like, I think and I don't say that lightly. If I've ever said that to anybody, I think you're autistic. Not everybody's a little bit autistic. Neurodivergence doesn't just mean autistic. But
it's safe to say the orange guys on that spectrum. Allegedly. We're going to say allegedly. Because we don't know. And we're not clinicians, so we can't diagnose nobody. But why are they all hanging out? Since we've discovered that we're on the spectrum, doesn't it feel good to date neurodivergent people who are also aware of their neurodivergence? Doesn't it feel good to have friends who also have ADHD because they can keep up with you? Maybe Kanye, I said this in a video, maybe Kanye West is not a coon. Maybe that was lonely and he peer reviewed the orange guy. Maybe that's what happened. And maybe they bonded on a level. Maybe Kanye West knows that he's fucking racist. But Kanye West is just so grateful to have the fucking camaraderie. He just said, and we know Kanye West just is saying for, we know how crazy people act. And I could say that because I'm crazy. You keep telling us no, or you keep giving us pushback and not listening to us. We go off the rails until we're heard. It's that perseveration. Can I get offensive? Because I'm about to get offensive like Kanye right now. Maybe while you was trying to blend into society, you married somebody who you're not compatible with, who's probably not neurodivergent, and that person you cheating with, you have more in common with. Am I condoning cheating? No. But I'm going to say, blood is not thicker than water. Family does not reside in DNA. Neurodivergence can really be a bonding thing. I use that example. Look, guys, I get nervous when I use examples. I get nervous when I speak the way I speak because you guys don't like it. You guys never like it. You never like when I say, maybe you're unhappy because you're not with the people you should be with. Not talking about relationship. I'm just talking about period. Maybe it's time to start living free. Maybe it's time to stop considering the color of people's skins and what resides down there in the groin area. I'm talking about relationships now. Because I've even said, maybe I'm really a lesbian. Now, I don't know what to do with no coochie. I'm not even, I don't know what to do. I don't even know. I don't know what to do with nobody coochie. I ain't never thought about playing with nobody coochie. I know. But I also know that I'm not compatible with these niggas. I'm not. I just know that. But because I'm open-minded and I know that like I'm opening myself. It's like the video I showed yesterday, like don't be afraid to use your intuition and bet on yourself and be creative. Don't be afraid to step outside the box. Who cares if your parents were racist and they didn't like you don't have to do that. Who cares if you're straight? You could be gay. Look, I'm talking like I'm just so confident, like I'm just gonna be out here. No, look, I gotta ease into it too. I gotta put my little piggy toe in it too. Y'all, exciting things. I kind of miss TikTok. YouTube, you can't really just like I can make videos, but it's more interactive on TikTok, and I don't have my TikTok anymore. And I want to talk to you guys. I left TikTok, and I was like, behind it. Where's Jenny? Oh God, I gotta check my email. Oh Lord, I did not. Liz, if you see this before, I'm sorry if I didn't respond. I gotta go check it. Liana, comment under this. Because something happened the other day and I don't know. I promise it didn't have shit to do with me. Just write me. Who else? Is it Dracozy? I miss y'all. I miss y'all interacting with me. But you guys know what I'm saying. The neurodivergent villain is real. Stop judging people. They're not neurotypical. That's all I'm saying. I'm just going to leave that there. I'm just going to leave it there. Y'all need to stay woke. Stay woke. No, I'm not going to leave it there. Let me just bring it on home. This is why I say, when you're talking about something being unfair or you're biased towards something, and you're saying, no, they don't deserve, you're talking about yourself. This is a perfect example when I say we're all the same. And maybe, let's just go a little further. The statement that all of us autistics hate, well, maybe everybody's a little autistic, right? No, everybody's not a little autistic. But I will say, maybe everybody's a little on that spectrum. You know, maybe everybody's on that spectrum. And we're just sitting here talking about each other like we're so different when we're not.
We're the exact same. And we're just getting on each other's nerves because we have different stances and we went through different things in life and we made different choices. I'm just saying. Really think about it. Just really think about it like that. Like, you're online. You know how they say, don't fight your sister in front of company? Don't fight your family member in front of company? Y'all fighting y'all family members online when you're making them videos talking about neurotypicals. They not typical. They neurodivergent.